I'm extremely proud to be the dean at Chase College of Law.
Well, I came to Chase.
I chose Chase.
I was interested in coming to Chase.
At Chase, I teach a variety of classes.
Chase was by far the best.
I'm Sharlene Graham. I'm originally from New Jersey. I went to college at Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island, and law school at the University of Michigan. When I went to law school, initially, I thought I wanted to do international law. And then my second summer, I clerked for an attorney general's office in New Jersey and fell in love with litigation. So from that point forward, I was determined to be a trial attorney. I did not really care what kind of law it was. It wasn't necessarily criminal or civil. I just wanted to try cases. So my first legal position out of law school was with the Office of General Counsel at the United States Department of Agriculture in Washington, D.C. And there I was a trial attorney in commercial litigation, so I probably know more about the food chain than I should. But as that trial attorney for USDA, I traveled throughout the country and did a lot of commercial litigation in livestock and produce. So that was very exciting, and it gave me the trial experience that I definitely made a foundation of my career going forward. When I left the federal government, I went into private practice in New Orleans, Louisiana. I did take another bar exam, so I became a member of the New Jersey bar initially, and then I became a member of the Louisiana bar, which is a different legal system, which has its own nuances and challenges. So I practiced there for about two and a half years before I started teaching at Chase College of Law. I chose Chase for a number of reasons. I think certainly the environment of teaching at a law school was conducive to the way I wanted to plan my future. Coming to Chase was a good fit. My teaching area is twofold. I am primarily the commercial law faculty member, so I teach first-year contracts as well as the upper-level Uniform Commercial Code classes, which include sales, payments, and secure transactions. The other side of my interest is more aligned with my scholarship, actually, and that involves interpersonal violence. So I have developed the domestic violence law curriculum here, which includes sexual assault and human trafficking. And the human trafficking work also aligns with some things that I do outside of the law school. I am the co-founder and the chair of the Northern Kentucky Human Trafficking Task Force, known as RIGHTS, which stands for the Response Initiative Guiding Human Trafficking Services. And we were able to draft and publish a professional as well as a public protocol to educate the community about the issues of human trafficking in our community, but also facilitate the law, the Commonwealth Attorney's Office, law enforcement, and other non-governmental agencies to better work together to identify and address the needs of human trafficking victims in our community. The changes that I am seeing in the law are honestly related to the two areas in which I teach. I think more and more of our community is gravitating toward a small business model in order to support our economy, and as such, contracts, sales, payments, and secure transactions are perfectly aligned to teach law students how to support new entrepreneurs, small businesses that seek to not only support themselves and their families, but also contribute to the broader economic community. And having to support law students in thinking through the ways that they can support their community and their clients develop a income stream that supports their own personal interests, I think is the way that some of our law students will very much fill a void going forward. The other side of my life in terms of interpersonal violence really opened the door for me to become a threat assessment expert. And as we have increasing issues related around threat, active shooter events, and the like of escalation of terrorism as a variety of sorts, it becomes necessary for, I think, all of us to take a deeper look into what threat actually means, how do we discover it, and how do we intervene in order to prevent an escalation of those events. So the other side of my life from commercial law really involves threat assessment issues and working and training law enforcement as well as other private and public entities how to manage this particular issue. What am I doing to contribute to the kinds of changes that I am seeing? I think largely in my commercial law classes, for example, I have a very strong emphasis on small businesses. I talk about them, I draw stories from real life that we evaluate in the class and discuss how do we best support our clients who are trying to start their business in their kitchens or their basements, wherever they may be, and how to help them grow. We even talk about how to use social media to facilitate those goals as well of our clients. So I think my contribution here is really to introduce some of these topics to the students in the commercial law as they're learning what they need to learn in order to pass the bar exam, for example, but also how they can align their interests with their clients' interests and really do the good work in developing the community in which they'll be living. So that's one part of what I do. The other part is related to the interpersonal violence. I already mentioned my role with rights, but that has now expanded into more of a direct training and case management involving issues of threat, active shooter, training different environments, how to respond and to manage threats as they come up, and certainly helping everyone understand what a threat actually is, as opposed to reacting based upon preconceived biases or other notions which may redirect the analysis of threat away from what is actually needed to identify and address the threat.
I'm extremely proud to be the dean at Chase College of Law.
Well, I came to Chase.
I chose Chase.
I was interested in coming to Chase.
Chase was by far the best.